So I would like to just take a brief moment and address the people who had to sit through about a 30-second ad before clicking on this video. Now, I know ever since late last year, ads have been hard to come across that you can skip in like 5 seconds or so. I mean, before this you probably saw that guy and his dog taking pictures, or you saw the trailer for The Mummy with Tom Cruise. Yeah, make like Tom and Cruise. That's what you want to say to those ads. Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm your host, Rob Rodriguez. Now, I'm actually pretty happy that I got to be here all May long with my audience, and I'm glad that week after week I did something like each show was better than the last. I was actually pretty psyched about that. Just giving it my all after what happened. How many weeks are you going to take off next month? That's private information, Rod. And I wish you didn't say that to my audience. Because as far as they know, I'm going to be here the rest of the season. We'll talk later. So really, if you think about it, everything has a beginning. Like everything had to start from somewhere, whether it was an idea or an observation. I mean, it's not like somebody just woke up and said, hey, you know what? I'm gonna create a brand and have it very successful posthumously, and I'm gonna name it after a fruit. Yeah. The banana's gonna be pretty successful. Yeah, take that, Steve Jobs, with that apple. Let's see if that catches on in the next 5 years. I feel sorry for that knockoff guy. I mean, I'm sure all of you have these weird quirks where you say phrases all the time that people are like, really? What made you say that? Like, I know Discover Card caused a lot of people to start saying awesome sauce. Like, let's not deny that. Before that, very few people, I should say, because we're not gonna single out one demographic here. Very few people were probably saying awesome sauce, and then that commercial comes out, and now we got a whole nation singing it. Like, Nationwide is on your side. Oh yeah, there's that too. Alright, now I'm gonna spend the next 2 minutes of this segment just talking about how I started this show, because you know what we say at the Rob Rodriguez Show? We rely heavily on flashbacks. So of course this show, as you may know, as I've brought up many times in the past, it started in 2014. And the show actually went to series September 28th, 2014. Let's go back to that time now. Are you planning on seeing a movie this weekend? Well, think no further, because if you click on this video, I got some recommendations for you. You know, if you're into that romantic la-di-da, I suggest you watch the Titanic. But if you don't cry during the movies, or you're just okay, apologies, that analogy made absolutely no sense. Let's see what happened later in the show. I am not a fan of horror at all, so don't even send recommendations of horror, change my home screen, or do anything like that, dang it, because I am not going to be happy. I'm not going to be a happy camper. This is how predictable I am. As you may know, we also rely heavily on pop culture at the Rob Rodriguez Show, and this is what I've done. This is the first pop culture reference seen on this show. I mean, I would say what's coming out to theaters.
Coming soon to theaters.
But I want people to enjoy the show's continuity, so I can't really say that. So, if you knew me in person, I would tell you. If you follow me on Facebook and Twitter, I'll tell you even more. Well, that's the show for you this week. Okay. Well, we got about 20 seconds to spare. Well, now we have 10 seconds to spare. So that being said, I'm going to need a minute. Now. Well, here's the thing. I'm a self-proclaimed night owl, and during the day, I'm what's known as the exhausted night owl, who is around so many morning people on a daily basis. Let's talk about that. I mean, on some mornings I have to drive my brother to school, and then I just hear, sometimes I catch the intercom and what it says. It says, "Good morning, students. So glad to see your sunshiny faces today. Today's lunch is mashed potatoes and corn on the cob. And don't forget to pick up your milk cartons on the way to your next class, because we do not like litter here at insert school's name here, middle school." And I'm like, somebody had a little too much coffee this morning. Now, if you've seen the show before, you are very aware of my track record with drive-thru operators. But let me just tell you, this is where I can agree with them on it, at least during morning hours, or as the fast food places call it, breakfast. At least me and the drive-thru operator can relate, because we will not take anything from nobody at that time of the day. Like, I'm at the drive-thru, right? And all of a sudden on the intercom, I'm like, this is what I'm hearing. Yeah, order whenever you're ready. Yes, can I get an egg McMuffin with sausage and large orange juice and hash brown? Whoa, sir, you're gonna have to slow down. I can't understand you. One sausage McMuffin with egg, one large orange juice, and a hash brown. Now I'm sure at this point they're so infuriated and annoyed and not going to put up with it that they're actually going to put the hash brown in the orange juice. Now, it may sound like, based on how I've portrayed McDonald's over my time on the show, that they actually do that, but don't worry, they're not that bad. They just one ear out the other with these people, which is pretty ironic because their headsets only have like one phone on them, so that actually explains a lot. What's the point of having two windows if you're just gonna operate from the side where you get your meal? It's time for that weekly list known as the possibility list. It's kind of like when you see a 24-hour clock somewhere, and then you say to yourself, yeah, not on my watch. Alright, this week's list is titled 9 Signs You're Over-Caffinated. Ironically, I haven't had any caffeine in the last 24 hours. So, isn't writing in advance great? Well, at number 9, your conversations start with, "You know what we should do right now?" Number 8, you're overhype over finding a quarter. Number 7, you have the sudden urge to watch Shrek. Number 6, you sing along to jingles. Number 5, you call your friends up for no reason. And number 4, you're taking BuzzFeed quizzes. Number 3, you actually get this show. Number 2, your imaginary friend came back. And number 1 of the 9 signs that you're over-caffeinated. Of the 9 signs that you're over-caffeinated. There we go. You do what you want. Alright, and that is the possibility list for you this week. Well, just a heads up, the month of June is going to be our very first themed month. That's right. June is 2 Truths, 1 Lie month. in which you're going to learn more about your host. So that's pretty awesome. Well, that is the show for you this week. You know to follow me on social media. Catch this exact episode on dailymotion.com, as well as the more recent stuff. Well, that's all my time. I'll see you next time. All right. Never rhyme time with time.